Day with Sheree, and today we're gonna be talking about All American Season 3, Episode 2. Now, actually, I really don't even remember what happened because it has been such a long time, and I have been trying to tell myself, hey, you need to make these videos, you need to make these videos, you need to make these videos before you end up not making the videos, and that's why your YouTube is never popping, is because you can't stay consistent. So here I am, back at it again, trying to get back on track so I can eventually have subscribers. Okay, so I gave myself a little refresher on episode 302, and it's coming back to me now. So in this episode, we have a couple of things going on. Issues as Coop is upset with Layla because she thinks that she's owed more money than she actually is. And let's see, Coach Baker's having issues with the team, kind of pulling against him, and he has to decide who's going to be QB1 and put Spencer in the middle. Well, Darnell and Chris put Spencer in the middle. Spencer doesn't want to be in the middle, and then Billy puts him on the spot and then doesn't even take his advice, which I really don't even know what the point of that was. Might as well have not even asked him. But you know what? Even if he didn't ask him, I'm pretty sure they still would have, Chris and Darnell still would have been mad anyway, regardless. They just want to be upset. Even though I completely understand why Chris is mad, I don't understand why he wouldn't choose Chris. He should know that not only is Chris his homie, but isn't he a really good player? Didn't they play good together? Aren't they a good team? Don't they gel together? Don't they know each other's moves? I don't understand why he wouldn't pick Chris. If he thought that Darnell was a better quarterback, which completely and entirely sucks, but if he is just a better quarterback in general, I don't know where he would get this information from, because they haven't even really played a game together. I think they may have played just one game, but that was really awful. And didn't they both end up forfeiting the game? Which that storyline within itself made me so mad. And Spencer never should have been forced to try to find his dad. Anyway, I digress. I hated that entire storyline. I hated it. Darnell had no right. Anyway, still low-key don't like him. He should just go back to being Cash on Grownish and kick rocks. But moving forward, we finally find out what's going on with not Spencer and Olivia. That's still a big question mark. But we find out what's going on with Olivia, at least. Well, she felt alone and was drinking before she even went to California. She went to LA, or wait, I think they live in California already. But she went to Mexico, wherever he went. I honestly can't remember where he went, but he went with his mom and his mom's boyfriend, fiance, husband, and they went to somewhere where a beach is at, and Olivia dropped by and found him, flirting, and not even canoodling, but flirting and picking up and playing in the beach with some girl. And then that girl shows up at the school, and she's just like, back, give me 50 feet, I'm gonna go to the left. So even though I definitely whatever. Anyway, and what else happens? And Jordan is trying to prove his spot as a QB for his team. Now that's one thing I've always been confused about. Is Jordan a good QB1 or not? Is he only there? Well, now thanks to this particular episode, I found out that he is a good QB. I thought that he may just be QB just because his dad is the football coach, because his dad always seems to not believe in him, or to feel like he's not able to be in the game. Chris easily outgamed him when they were doing their tryouts for the colleges and things like that. So I always felt like Jordan was a really weak football player and a really weak quarterback altogether. That's just the vibe that they gave off for the past 2 seasons. So it's good to see that he is actually good at what he does. He's actually a good QB, and that he's taken his role as QB seriously. So regarding Coop getting mad at Layla, first of all, why get mad at Layla? She just now in her own father's life. Like, she just now got a spot with her dad. So how could you say that she's acting like her dad or that she has the same tendencies as her dad when she barely started talking to her dad herself? He's barely in her life to even have that type of influence at all. So I think that that was kind of rude, and especially for her to even come at her like that with everything that they've been through together. She's always been there to support, to help, to do whatever she possibly can to help Coop in a friendship, and has always provided genuine friendship to Coop. So I think that it was really disrespectful for her to come at Layla that way. And I'm glad that Layla barked back and let her know that if you want to be gone, you can. Poof, bye. I will see you later. You asked me to be a manager. That's what she should have said. Like, you asked me to be a manager, not the other way around. I was just trying to be a high school student, which is still super confusing. Like, she's just a high school student. How could she possibly manage anybody? It doesn't make any sense. And then Layla says to, oh girl, that Coop's girlfriend, I don't know why her name escapes me. I want to say Harmony, but it's not Harmony. I know for a fact it's not Harmony. I just don't know what it is right now. Whatever. So she asks her to join her team. But I'm like, you're already in high school. You're a senior, about to get ready for colleges. Unless she decides not to go to college. I mean, she's rich. I understand if she doesn't. But you don't have time for this. Like, you really don't. Well, I mean, I guess as a senior, you would have more of the time because usually you have a much less. As a senior, your workload should be a lot less because you already took all the classes, you already took all your basics or whatever. You shouldn't have to take math, you shouldn't have to take science anymore, English. You should be done with that. Well, I guess that depends on where you live, but they live in the U.S., so that's what it is. Here, well, I guess it depends on the state. I'm glad that she explained that with all the money that she put into the tour, what she gets out of it is not going to be what she thinks it's going to be. She didn't hit it big yet. She's a real small fish right now. So she really needs to be appreciative of Layla, and not trying to accuse her of something that she never even spoke to Layla about. Finding out about Olivia and, what is his name? Why am I forgetting everybody's name? Asher. Yes, Olivia and Asher. I love Olivia and Asher. They're so cute. They're so sweet. He is so caring towards her. It just doesn't make any sense. He literally asked her to go. She said, you need more time with your mom, just by yourself, for y'all to have that time and moment together. So I don't understand why he would go and make this connection or cheat on her with somebody else when you wanted your girl to go. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't just pick up the phone and say, hey girl, come down here or whatever. I don't know. And it couldn't have been me, because if I would have went down there, I would have, hey, get off my man. I was thinking that maybe that's the issue with Spencer. Spencer knows that he was with some girl or cheated or whatever. And, well, maybe Spencer knows that he was with some other girl and cheated, and Olivia wants to kind of stay in the relationship, and Spencer is like, nah, you don't deserve that. You should be with somebody else. But I just feel like, I know that Asher has cheated before, but I feel like he's not inherently a cheater as a person. I think that's something that he did when he was drunk and in a very low space, and he was being destructive. But I don't think that it's a personality trait for him. And but this connection that he's gotten with this girl, you know, that's becoming a character flaw. It's becoming a part of who you are if you think that's okay. But it's also becoming a part of who Olivia is if she goes after everybody that her best friend is in love with. So that's kind of weird. Maybe they're more meant to be than I thought, Olivia and Asher, because that's pretty messed up. But so we're gonna have to wait to find out exactly what's going on regarding that, because it's still a very confusing conundrum. I don't know exactly what's going on. And now this girl is around. This girl came and talked to Asher, and Asher's just like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to pretend like you don't know who I am, because you don't need to know who I am. So, bye. So, I mean, it's giving me major cheat vibes. Major cheat vibes. So, that's super duper annoying, because they didn't have to ruin them like that. Like, why can't people just get into relationships? Like, they've had so many issues, so many struggles, so many things going on. Asher has had so many things happening in his life, and Olivia has had so many things happen in her life. Why can't they come together, heal together, or heal separately, be together, and be happy, and at work together to get through their issues? Like, why can't they be a team and work together and get through their issues? I don't know why people don't write couples that way. They think that it's so hard to write couples like that. It's super annoying. But regardless, moving on to the next thing. I already talked about Spencer choosing old boy, which was just I guess whatever. It's your homie, that's cool, whatever. And then he didn't even, I guess he's not even gonna let Spencer tell him that he didn't vote for him. But I don't even know why he told Chris. I guess he wanted to be honest that he didn't even vote for him. But why even cause that discord in your team or whatever? But I guess. But I mean, I guess he was being truthful and honest, which is another reason why I don't understand why he would do anything with Olivia, knowing that Layla wants to be with him and they're supposed to be waiting until she heals from her depression and suicidal tendencies to get in a relationship, that he would feel that it would be okay to hide that from Layla. You can't even hide that you picked old boy to be QB over Chris, but you can hide some secret summer shame about Olivia to Layla, and that just rubs me all the wrong way. That's not another thing. Like, that's not the kind of character that I thought that Spencer had. So I'm not feeling that at all. I'm not feeling that at all. I don't know. Maybe I'm sensitive to that because I deal with depression. So I don't know. I would like, tell me the truth. Let me know what's going on. Don't try to like, nah, because she's gonna, like, when she finds out, I'm not gonna say like that's gonna trigger her or anything like that. I'm not even gonna give them that much power. But I mean, that's really putting stress and discourse on two people who she really cares about the most, two people that she needs to lean on the most when she is going through dark times. And you're gonna mess up those two relationships that she has. So now she's not gonna have those two people to reach out to. And she's gonna be so mad and so angry that she's not gonna want to be friends with them, and she's not gonna want to reach out to them, and that can lead to a slippery slope if she's in a dark place and feels like she doesn't have anybody to talk to. But hopefully and luckily, she found more people to talk to when she was in the institution that she was in. But regardless, moving on. Players, mad disrespectful players. I didn't like the way that they was trying to handle Coach Baker. Like, he not a grown man. He is a grown man. But I also, I like the way that he handled finding out that the kids have to pay. And that's because, tall principal was mad because he was bullied back in the day. I understand that bullying can have like a lot of effects and stuff like that, but now you are becoming the bully to someone who didn't even do anything to you. These are kids. You're a grown man, and these are children. I mean, they look grown, but I mean, they're supposed to be children. They haven't been able to, and they live where they have limited opportunities, limited things to be happy about, to get excited about. So I just think that was very, very mean of him to yank those away from the kids like that, and to take their entire budget. I understand that other teams and other arts deserves to have the same opportunities as the football kids, but you could have made it even. You didn't have to rip away their entire budget so that the kids had to pay. But he put his salary towards it, and I think that, first of all, how much money you got? You can just put your whole salary. You could just you good at saving, huh? You good at saving money. You got money. You got some good money. You could just throw away your salary towards the football team at your school. Okay, alrighty. I'm trying to get like you when I get older. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers that entire episode. It was a good episode. I was annoyed by a lot of people in this episode, but hey, it is what it is. Hopefully they mop up this mess. But thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you have a very wonderful rest of your day, and stay safe and stay sane.